Mr. Smith was, my neighbor. I wanted to help her. Because she needed more help from me, I told her one day that I can carry these groceries, and do you also feel stuck just like this in your cue card question? If you're getting stuck, what is the solution? Perhaps you need a 5-step strategy which gives you a structure, which gives you a formula. If you just go by it, definitely you should be able to speak the cue card topics very confidently and get that band 8 in your next exam. All you gotta do is make sure you watch the video till the end. Hey everybody, Nakul from Skills IELTS. Really hope everybody is doing fantastic. I'm back with yet another super awesome packed video on Master the IELTS Cue Card, the ultimate 5-step strategy. Well, before we get into the video, if you're not subscribed to this channel, kindly click on the subscribe button, and anytime you need online assistance, it's a paid assistance. You can check that information in the description of this video. We have left a WhatsApp link. You can click on the link, send us a message. I'll be there, we will be there to help you guide in the right direction. Alright, without further delay, let's straight away get right into the video. Well, any cue card, if you lack the strategy, trust me, you will just speak the way you want it. Remember, in your IELTS speaking, preference is given to your fluency and coherence, pronunciation, grammar and vocabulary. So in your cue card as well, you need to abide these 4 things, and then only you're going to get the marks. Correct? To get the fluency, you need to have a structure. When you have a structure, your fluency will automatically flow in because you know what you're going to talk next. So fluency and coherence are a part of this 5-step strategy that I'm going to unveil in just a while. Before that, let's have a simple cue card question. If this is the question, describe a time when you helped someone. You should say who you helped, why they needed help, how you helped them, and explain how you felt about helping this person. Remember, the moment you see a question, don't panic, because you don't really have to speak all the things that are given in the bulletin point. Again, pick few, you can alter the way you want it, because content is not there in your evaluation criteria. Well, if the question is describe a person you help someone, you cannot talk about your favorite, the cricketer or the musician. Definitely yes, you got to talk something about you helping someone alone. So you can make use of this, but if the bulletin points are not giving you right pointers, then you little alter it. Shouldn't be a worry. You miss one particular bulletin point to address, shouldn't be a worry. Remember this, that's the first insight. So now let's understand this 5-step strategy. The first step is to make some quick notes. See, the 1 minute preparation time is given to you, correct? Divide them into 30 second. In the first 30 second, what you're gonna do is jot down the main idea for each bulletin point. There are some 3 bulletin points are given. Just write down the main idea. I'm going to show you how to do it in just a while. This will take some 30 seconds for sure. The remaining 30 seconds is what you are paraphrase the main ideas that you just jotted down. Let's say I've written main 4 keywords for 4 bulletin points in the first 30 seconds. The next 30 seconds, pick up each idea that you wrote, each keyword that you wrote, and write little more. Now you have enough things to actually start speaking, isn't it? So after these first 2 steps, meaning first 30 seconds take down the keywords, the next 30 seconds write down the supporting idea. The third step is to give some background information. This is after you start speaking. The background information, and henceforth whatever we talk, we're gonna do it in turns of 4, meaning background information, first bulletin point, second bulletin point, third bulletin point. Remember, background information, you're gonna speak the part 1 sample answer. In the part 1, how we're going to speak? You're going to speak for 25 to 30 seconds or 20 to 25 seconds, which constitute a main idea, supporting idea, and example. This is the part 1 answer. This part 1 answer, you're going to put it to the background information. After that, first bulletin point. After that, second bulletin point. After that, third bulletin point, and then dust it. Give it a thought. It's actually very simple when you have this structure. The 5-step strategy that I just talked about. The first step is to utilize the first 30 seconds, write the main idea. The second 30 seconds is to utilize this time and write the supporting idea. A little bit more about all the main ideas that you wrote. The third step is to talk about background information. They would have given you a question. Think about the background information. In the main idea, supporting idea, example, 20 to 25 seconds. The fourth step is to now get into the main ideas that you wrote. Remember, in the first 30 seconds, second 30 seconds, in the first 1 minute, you have written the main ideas, remember. The first bulletin point, you would have written the main idea. and supporting idea. Talk about this main idea, supporting idea for the next 20 to 25 seconds. Meaning part 1 sample answer. Second bulletin point, second idea, supporting idea for 25 to 30 seconds, part 1 sample answer. The third bulletin point, third idea, third supporting idea for the next 20 to 25 or 30 seconds. So these 4 steps are done. Now the 5th step is to talk about the future. The futuristic point as well. You're going to make use of the words will, would, I may in the future, and there also one main idea, supporting idea, example. This is actually a very simple structure. So now we will show a demo for this particular question, how I utilize this 5-step strategy. Again, if I have to rewind, it's very simple 5-step strategy. First 30 seconds write the main idea for each bulletin point. Second 30 seconds write the supporting idea for each of the main ideas that you wrote. 2 steps are done. Third step is to give a background information, main idea, supporting idea, example. The 4th point is to give main idea, supporting idea, example 3 times. First bulletin point, second bulletin point, third bulletin point. The 5th is to go with the futuristic point of view. Here as well, main idea, supporting idea, example. So now we will unveil how to do it in style in just a while. So if there is a question, describe a time when you helped someone who you helped. The first 30 seconds is the first step strategy where I write the main idea for each things. The main idea, who you helped, Mr. Smith, who is an independent woman. I'll write Mr. Smith hyphen independent the way I showed on the screen. Second is why they needed help. Probably it was very rainy and there were a lot of heavy bags. How you helped them, probably 10 kg of rice bag and lot of things were there, so I went there. I'll write 10 kg of rice. Next, and explain how you felt about helping this person. Probably she offered me a coffee, I was very happy. So I'll just write down these things. Mr. Smith hyphen independent, rainy, it's very raining and heavy bags were there. 10 kg of rice was one of the things. These are just the main ideas that I'll write. And then she offered me a coffee because I helped her. And in the future I will do what? I will definitely continue doing it. These are the things that I wrote in the first 30 seconds. Second 30 seconds, whatever I wrote in the first 30 seconds, I'm going to continue writing. Let's check that out as well. So the next 30 seconds is where I build that story with some paraphrasing. I wrote Mr. Smith, independent. Now I'm going to add, need help with heavy objects. Now with this, I'm going to talk main idea, Mr. Smith, who wanted that. She's an independent woman, and give example, supporting idea. Hope you're getting it. This entire line is transforming to a part 1 answer very soon. The next I wrote rainy, heavy bags, and I'll continue saying she was struggling to carry that. Then the hero pitched in, 10 kg of rice, 5 kg of wheat. I took an umbrella and jumped into the scene. This is what jumping into the scene I will write. Now I know what to describe in the bulletin point number 3. Hope you're getting it. The next, she offered me a coffee. She felt good and I felt good and invited me for a coffee. This is a supporting guide. At the moment I look into it, I would know what to speak. Main idea, she offered me a coffee. I was really relieved. She also felt good. We had a good conversation. Hope you're getting it. In the futuristic point, explain how you felt about helping this person. I will do such a wonderful thing in the future. So I will do is what I wrote in the first 30 seconds. Now I write little more. So the entire cue card, the next what you speak, is all based on how you have used this 1 minute strategy. The first minute, 30 seconds, you wrote the main idea. The next 30 seconds, you wrote supporting it. Now everything you already have. Now the only thing is you just have to speak this, make a story. Hope you're getting it. Now we will see the third step strategy where we start with this background information, where we've already written Mr. Smith, independent, need help with heavy objects. I recently met Mr. Smith, who is my neighbor. She is a very independent woman, but sometimes she would need help with carrying the heavy objects. That's enough. This is a main idea, supporting idea, and continuation or example. Part 1 is done, background is done. Something of this, by looking into whatever you've written, you're going to continue right next. So the third step is to give background information, give a part 1 sample answer, main idea, supporting idea, example, and then the 4th step is to target each bulletin point and give the sample answer part 1, that is main idea, supporting idea, example. 3 times we're gonna do, and then we talk about the future. So now let's understand for this background information what we will do. We've already written Mr. Smith, independent, need help with heavy object. The same thing, we're going to transform it to a proper scene. In my neighborhood, there is an elderly woman named Mr. Smith who lives alone. She's quite independent, but occasionally she needs a bit of help, especially with tasks that require most physical strength. And since I'm usually friendly with the neighbors, I offer to help her whenever she needs assistance. This is the background information, and I spoke this very clearly because I already know this is what I'm gonna speak. Mr. Smith, independent woman, need help with the heavy objects. These three, if you have written properly in the 1 minute timer that you got, this becomes very simple. So now we'll go to the second bulletin point. We wrote rainy heavy bags struggling to carry. We're gonna make some story out of it. One rainy afternoon, I noticed Mr. Smith struggling to carry her groceries from a car to her house. The bags were quite heavy, that's what we wrote, and the rain was making it even more difficult for her to manage. I knew she could use some help, especially since she didn't have anyone else around to assist her. This is the bulletin point number 2. The question that they asked, this is the answer. That's the dummy answer that I wrote, and I've transformed it. Now we'll quickly move on to the bulletin point number 3, that we wrote 10 kg of rice, 5 kg of wheat. I took an umbrella and jumped into the sea. Now you just continue talking about it, man. I quickly grabbed an umbrella, rushed over to her and offered to carry her groceries. Initially she resisted, but understanding the situation, she allowed me to carry the groceries. It was a 10 kg bag of rice, 5 kg of wheat, and some morning breakfast items and few others. This is how you cook up a story. You have one-liners. From these one-liners, you got to cook up a story. It's like you have a story, you already have written a summary of it in one line. Remember, you have the summary already, you need to cook up a story. This is an art, this will come with the practice, with this 5-step strategy. Next, the bulletin point number 4, we already have written. She asked me for a coffee. She felt good and invited me for a coffee. Now the same thing, she was very grateful and we had a pleasant conversation as I walked with her to her friend door. She offered me a cup of coffee, and seeing her relieved and smiling made me feel good as well about helping her out. Now the entire thing is done. Now we're going to talk about the futuristic point. The 5th bulletin point, talk about the future. We already wrote I will do, because it's such a wonderful thing. Now using these lines, I need to cook up a new story. Also in the future, if I ever get a chance to help someone, I'll definitely do this and don't miss out on this. Since I helped Mr. or Mrs. Smith, and that was a wonderful feeling inside me that I was of help to someone, I would not miss this opportunity if I ever get something of this sort in the future, or anything of this that I've written. Also in the future, if I get a chance to help someone, I would definitely use this opportunity. Since viewers have been wanting to help people as this, makes me feel so good, so I would look forward to it. Remember, the entire thing is hidden in that 1 minute. The main idea that you wrote in the first 30 seconds and the supporting idea that you wrote in the next 30 seconds. Using that, you can actually create an entire movie. Hope you're getting it. This 5-step strategy will definitely help you. It will definitely work, provided you put that faith in it and start using this strategy in every question that you come across. Practice this at least for 20-25 questions and go to exam. See the magic that automatically unfolds. Believe me on this. And some quick tips if I have to offer you. Remember, go slow, no need to rush. When you rush, the conversation will not happen. Examiner or someone who is listening to you will not understand what you speak. Go slow. Right now I'm going slow, but try to be as continuous as possible. The second tip is to keep smiling to indicate that you are actually into an engaging conversation. This will probably help the examiner also understand that, okay, you're up for a conversation. Correct? The examiner probably may forget to notice that she's an examiner and she has to strictly, cut down the marks for you. She would be happy to talk to you because you're really in an engaging conversation. This could transform a lot of things. This could bring up the positivity, the vibe, the confidence. So keep smiling. Smile is a very beautiful thing. The third tip that I would like to offer you is check the notes whenever required. See, the notes and a pen is given to you to write down so that you can check it later point of view whenever you want. Correct? It's not like you check, read for 2 minutes and then speak. No, not like that. Let's say you're speaking and then you got a doubt. Maybe you can just have a look at this and just continue. All this you practice on an everyday basis. Probably your eyes can just go there for a second and just transform again, to the sight of the examiner. All this you practice. Don't try out directly in the exam. Trust me, this 5-step strategy will definitely boost the confidence. Do leave in the comment section as to how you felt about this video. And if you practice this enough, trust me, you will definitely gain that confidence and post that after a week or after 3-4 days of practicing, how you feel about the cue card topics. Do let me know in the comment section. That will definitely help us understand to gain more insights on what you guys need, whether it's working or not, and a lot more stuff. But trust me, this will definitely work. It will work. put that faith in it and start practicing. With this, I'll park the video here, guys. This is Nakul, Nakul signing off from Skillside. Soon we'll be back. Till then, take care. Bye bye. Thanks much.